Cześć, witam was serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku z serii Gra o Tron. Dziś musimy przekazać po prostu jakąś wiadomość od zmarłego już lorda. Lecimy. Widać, że jest ranny. Ma miecz.
It's Garrett! Get the Castellan! Tell him his nephew survived!
Widać, jest chłopak wykończony.
Garrett!
I was too late. They were already dead.
Bring the maester! Meet us in the Great Hall! Quickly!
Two Whitehill soldiers?
And a Bolton. They killed my family. And for what?
Właśnie.
My sister, she was only 8 years old.
This never would have happened with the Starks in power. It's unimaginable. Unacceptable. You have my condolences.
Thank you, Maester.
To nie pomoże. Za dużo.
The blade cut deep, but I should be able to save your leg. Your justice was swift. Some will call it vengeance. No doubt the Whitehills will claim it was murder.
To była
It was your
sprawiedliwe.
family. I can't say I would have done any different than you.
To była
It
sprawiedliwe.
was justice. They got what they deserved.
They did indeed. We can't let the Whitehills just walk all over us. These maggots ought to help prevent infection. Hold the wound open for me, would you?
Larwy. Łała.
These are dark
Przyjemne.
days, I fear. To lose the lord of the house and the eldest son through such a despicable act of treachery and betrayal. Greater houses than ours have fallen in times such as this. The late Lord Forrester was a good man. And poor Roderick,
trzeba podnieść
a
morale.
serious man, but he would have made a good lord.
Our house will never fall.
By the gods, let's hope you're right. The future of this house is in Lord Ethan's hands now, although he is young and altogether unprepared to lead.
Gdyby Roderick nie zginął, to on by był teraz lordem.
Right.
Może by coś...
This might hurt a bit.
Może by coś działo.
Hold this for me, will you? I understand from your uncle that Lord Forrester saved your life.
He did.
Rather odd, though, that he chose to save you, his squire, and not his
Nie
son
mogę ci
Roderick.
powiedzieć.
Not that Roderick couldn't handle himself. He was as good with a sword as any man I've seen.
Nie mogliśmy zrobić nic więcej.
Roderick had already fallen. There was nothing we could do.
Although I'd imagine Lord Forrester would sacrifice himself to save anyone from his house.
Nie
I all know.
naciskaj. I tak
Lady
ci nie
Forrester will be here any moment now. I'd like you to walk for me first, to see if you can put any weight on that leg. Go on. Don't stop now. It's better to let the blood circulate.
Spojrzymy na tron. Na okno.
The Ironwood Grove.
Nie wiem do końca nie wiem, o co do końca chodzi z tymi jeszcze drzewami żelaznymi. Może jakiś specjalny gatunek, jakieś wytrzymalce czy coś takiego. Jeszcze spojrzymy na obraz. Ten obraz mnie ciekawi. To jest spora rodzinka.
Asher. Exiled to Essos, unfortunately.
Ciekawe dlaczego.
Talia and Ethan. I suppose Lord Ethan now.
Mira.
Mirror. Still in King's Landing, I suppose. Although, I wonder if they'll bring her home.
Nie wiem.
Lady Forrester. She's always been kind to me. Treated me like I was a Forrester myself. Ryan. Never easy being the fourth-born son.
No myślisz, że on nie musi rządzić, on by w ogóle nie dał rady.
Roderick. He was our best warrior by far.
Przydałby się.
Lord Forrester. It was an honor to squire for him. Gregor the Good.
You seem to be favoring it. Always sad to see a warrior lose a leg.
Przecież
I'm
chodzę.
fine, Maestro Tengrin. Look, I'll show you.
Bandaże podnieść. O, mogę sobie wziąć, dobra. Przyda mi się.
This might help.
On nic nie mówi. Biorę mu sobie zioła jak chcę i... To są te larwy, ta?
Rather cute little creatures, aren't they?
I
Jak
guess.
dzięki nim nie będę miał zakażenia, to tak. Tylko trochę takie... oślizgłe. No z tobą będę musiał pogadać. No bo jeszcze spojrzę na wiadro, będzie miło. Dobra. Porozmawiaj, no miecz... Pokaż miecz, o.
It's a good thing you've done, bringing that back to House Forrester. By right, that belongs to Lord Ethan now. That sword has been handed down through 50 generations of Forresters.
Ale myślałem, że będę mógł ci go oddać już.
No, you see there? You're limping
I'm
again.
fine, really.
Keep moving, I need to see you walk.
Tu nie ma ni...
Does your leg feel weak?
No. I just wanted to ask you. Why do the Whitehills hate the Forresters?
I think it's safe to say the feeling is mutual. There's been enmity between the two houses for as long as anyone can remember. I don't doubt someone killed someone, which led to more
tak
killings of
zwykle.
someones, and then, well, here we are.
The Whitehills want Forrester Ironwood.
Ah, they'd take it all if we'd let them, especially now with the Boltons in power, and proceed to clear-cut every last inch of it until there's nothing left, just as they've done before.
To jest głową rodu, no.
Who is the new lord of House Forrester?
Why, Ethan, of course. At the Citadel, I swore an oath to serve whichever noble house I was assigned. Advising the late Lord Forrester was an honor. Advising Ethan, his third-born son, is challenging. There's still so much he has to learn, yet the very fate and future of this house rests in his hands. Which is rather frightening when you think about it.
Co się
What will
tam
happen to me now?
Excellent question. Under normal circumstances, you could join Sir Royland and his men. Although given the circumstances of your
Ciekawe, czy mogę zostać?
circumstances, it becomes a bit
Czy
tricky,
mnie gdzieś
doesn't it?
wypierdzielam?
I suppose it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
Lord Forrester promoted me. At the Twins, I'm no longer a squire, if that matters.
It might, I suppose. But I'll defer to Lord Ethan on this.
Mogę spotkać
Can I
się
see
z nim?
Ethan? Is he here?
He is, but I'm afraid he's indisposed at the moment. He prefers not to be disturbed while practicing his
Ja
lute.
jeszcze gra na lutni. Mogę już
Can I
odejść?
go now?
I believe your leg will be fine. Only time will tell, but... Lady Forrester.
Aha. To jej
Welcome
to
home,
przydadzą
Garrett.
się.
We're all relieved to know you
Mały
survived.
test.
Thank you, my lady.
Talia asked to see you.
Garrett, I heard what
Zobaczymy, co się
happened.
podoba.
Is it true? Your family... I'm so sorry.
Me too.
Off to bed now. Hurry on. Garrett was just telling me how valiantly Lord Forrester fought to the end, even when all was lost. I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know.
He was a hero, my lady. The bravest man on the battlefield by far.
Yet he was unable to save his own son.
You were with Roderick, no? I'm sure it was chaos and confusion, but if you can remember anything,
Dobra,
I'm
gdzie
sure
nie
Lady
walczy,
Forrester
trzeba
would
ją
like to
jakoś-
know.
He fought valiantly, my lady.
Of course he did. He was House Forrester's best.
Podnosić morale.
This has been so incredibly difficult for us, especially the children. But I was told... I was told you were the last to see my husband alive.
Yes, my lady.
I know it may be difficult to remember, but if I may ask, was there anything he said?
Any last words before he passed?
O,
If
to
you
będzie
can
najlepsza
remember.
odpowiedź.
He said he loved you.
A,
That's very kind of you to say.
to już się czuję lepiej.
You have the
Morale
Forrester's
podniesione.
sword.
This belongs with Ethan now. He's the new lord of the house.
Thank you, Garrett.
Of course, my lady.
It demands a response.
Oho.
It's too dangerous, especially now.
Now is the time to prove our strength.
I'll be sure it's given to Ethan.
Against aggression. Duncan, this was our land. They were our people. Your family.
I share your outrage, Sir Royland.
Ty nie
I do.
zagresywny, nie
But now is not the time to provoke the Whitehills. Not with Ramsay Snow coming to see us bend the knee.
The hell with Ramsay Snow, the bastard.
Garrett, you understand what this means. You killed a Bolton, and Ramsay Snow will want his retribution.
We're the ones that should be demanding retribution. This happened on Forrester land.
Ramsay Snow's coming here.
Aye. He'll arrive within the week. Those men will say they were keeping the peace in the name of House Bolton.
And what would you have us do? Nothing.
I would have us use our heads, while they're still attached to our shoulders.
Coś w tym jest.
Garrett has lost as much as anyone else within these walls. Maybe you can talk some sense into your uncle.
Garrett's suffered enough already. You ask too much of the boy.
He deserves to be heard.
Nie, nic nie mówię.
It was his
Nic.
family they killed.
Mówcie sobie, ja się nie wtrącam.
So what's to be done?
Ultimately, it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
He's just a boy who can barely hold a sword. He knows nothing of how to lead men.
He is the lord of this house, and he needs our help. It's bad enough the Boltons would have us bend the knee and swear fealty. But now, this, they'll accuse you of
Nie
murder,
patrzaj na mnie.
and us of protecting you.
The boy was just defending himself.
I'm not faulting him for what he did.
I'd have done the same,
Pieprzyć ich.
as any man would.
Fuck the Boltons. One of their men killed my family.
Aye, you'll say it was justice, they'll say it was murder. It's just the excuse Ramsay Snow would need to put us to the torch and kill us all.
I'd like to see them try.
I'm afraid it's a risk we cannot take, which is why you cannot stay.
Cannot stay. Duncan, the boy has suffered enough.
Dobra, nic nie mówię.
Where would you have the boy go?
The one place that's safe, beyond the reach of the Boltons.
You're sending him to the wall. The boy's done nothing wrong.
Not in the eyes of the Boltons. I'm afraid it's the only solution. Especially now, when the house is so vulnerable.
Nie, też nic nie
I
mówię.
know it doesn't seem fair, but it is what's best. To stay would bring destruction upon us all. I know that's not what you want. I know it's difficult to understand. But you must think of the house.
Dobra, niech będzie.
I'll do what's asked of me.
I know it doesn't seem fair, but it is what's best.
That settles it then.
Nie, no, jak
You can
tam
have my
więcej wojska
horse.
rzuciliśmy.
And I'll see you have plenty of food. But we haven't much time. The Whitehills will come looking for you.
Ale muszę ci coś przekazać, tej.
Were it up to me, I'd gladly drive a sword through Lord Whitehill's heart if given a chance. I would. And God's willing someday, I will. But for now, I have House Forrester to consider first.
dobra. Wszystko
Lord
płynie.
Forrester would be proud that you're putting the interests of the house ahead of your own. Many of Lord Forrester's best men have volunteered for the war. His own great uncle was a ranger with the Night's Watch,
I'll do what's best.
which often isn't what's easiest, but necessary nonetheless.
I've been waiting for the right moment to tell you.
No, waleście, kurde.
What?
It's important. Lord Forrester asked me to give you a message. He said, the North Grove can never be lost.
Sorry, you caught me by surprise. It's not often discussed, if ever.
Kazał tu tylko co przekazać.
He said tell only you.
For good reason. Most don't even know it exists. They think it's just a myth made up by wildlings and fools, and it's better kept that way. I assume you kept your word. You haven't told anyone else, have you? This is important, Garrett.
Of course not. I told no one.
Jak
Well
kłamcy,
done.
czy co?
Lord Forrester was right to put his trust in you. From this day forward, this will be our secret. But soon, I may need your help. But I can't say anything more just yet. Just know the North Grove may very well be vital to the future of this house. But don't breathe a word of it to anyone at the wall. Become a ranger if you can. It will help.
Czyli mam też o tym nikomu nie mówić. Mam zostać zwiadowcą. I to tyle.
Iron from ice.
Iron from ice.
Remember, you represent House Forrester. Your actions at the war will reflect the honor and dignity of the house.
I'll make you proud.
You already have.
Kurde. Nie przyjechałem tu, żeby uzyskać wsparcia, muszę znowu wyjechać.
Garrett, wait!
Na szczęście.
Be safe.
Będę musiał, no. Nie mam wielkiego wyboru. Założę, że nieważne co bym powiedział, i tak bym musiał wjechać. Tym by się upierał. Kurde, znowu nie ustawiłem.
Ethan?
Znowu nie ustawiłem tego
Ethan!
stopera. Nie wiem, ile już nagrałem.
I couldn't find him. Could you?
He hides too well. And if he was smart, he would reveal himself.
I don't like this game anymore. Maybe something happened to him.
Ethan's fine. He's just forgotten this is a
Daj mi
game.
Cięcie radości.
You found me! Well done, Ryan. Don't worry. It's just a game, Ryan.
Stupid game. I don't like it.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not going anywhere.
I wish Mira was here. And Asha. And
No, z Rodrygiem to się raczej
I
nie
do too.
zobaczysz.
But Mira's in King's Landing and...
can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you.
I don't want Garrett to die either. Maester Ortengrin said he got sent to the wall. I'll miss Garrett,
No,
He was
jest
nice.
bystry.
He'll be fine. Garrett is smart.
No one will tell me what Garrett did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And he calls you a milksop.
Sir Royland forgets himself. After all, you are the lord of the house now.
I don't care what he says. I can protect you.
No.
What does milksop mean?
I don't know. But I know it's not good.
No.
Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword. Like a man. He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
Nie,
A lord
jak
should
ona
know
jeszcze
how
mi
to
walczy
fight.
lepiej od niego, to jest... ciężko. Żeby
Do
tylko
you
jeszcze
remember
raz
when we were
prowadził.
younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Where was I?
You weren't born yet.
We had so much fun. But then, well, then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you. I like you the way you are.
Nie mogę ci tego obiecać.
I know a lord has many responsibilities, but you
Możliwe, że
don't need
będę
to be
musiał.
like them.
I may have to change.
I'd rather have my brother than a lord.
We'll have to have both, I'm afraid.
But since you're the new lord, you can do anything you want.
I suppose.
Everyone will have to do as you say. So I could have all the
No,
sweets I
tak nie
want.
działa, no.
If only it were that simple.
That's not how it works.
Well, that's how it should work. You are the
No jak
lord.
dorośnie zrozumieć. Pora wracać.
Lord Ethan, you're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the lord.
If I were lord, I would command Ethan to stay
Idę.
with his family.
Fine. If that's what's required of me.
Very well then.
Że masz parszywą mordę, nie? Aha.
They showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
Business with Garrett. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any
Zaraz mi się
satisfaction.
pomyślę.
Out there, you were decisive and firm. Now do it again with these bastards.
Let's not do something rash. Things are bad enough as it is.
Pora z...
I can handle Lord Whitehill.
Well said, my lord.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already
Dobra, do
is.
ciebie.
He's got 5 times as many men,
Zamknij
and the backing of
ryj.
House Bolton.
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men roll over.
O, ale jest wkurwiony widać po chodzie. Trzeba się im przypodobać, żeby się odpierdoli na jakiś czas.
Lord Ethan, is it?
Tak.
My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house. My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart
O
myself.
nie. A ja chciał być miły.
I've been waiting for this day all my life.
Zmarł jak
The
bohater.
Foresters finally get their due.
My father died a hero, fighting for the North against traitors and oathbreakers.
No właśnie,
Aye. And look where that got him.
jak bohater. Martwy,
And
ale
no
bohater.
bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Fetch Lord Whitehill some bread and salt. It was an oversight, Lord Whitehill. I promise it won't happen again.
Not likely. You Foresters have shit on us for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have your back, are they? We're the power in the North now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries, you cunt.
Nie.
Lord Ethan, you're losing control of this.
Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
O.
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
No reason. You murdered his family.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men. And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name. And you are the lord of this house.
We lost people too, Lord Whitehill. Your men murdered his entire family.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers. Soldiers worth 100 of their time.
Nie. Człowiek
Where's
za
the
człowieka.
fucking coward who killed my men? I know he's here. What have you done with him?
Został
He
zesłany
was
na
sent to the wall.
Who the fuck sent him to the wall? Answer me! Who's the one who did it?
I did.
What? That was my justice to deliver, boy.
mnie to
And
gówno
you
wchodzi.
denied me of it. I'm not leaving until I have my justice. Now bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton. What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow
Oj
like
się,
a wounded
kurde.
boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady, considering your losses and
Jesteś
all.
zesrany
But
teraz.
this is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
Thank you for coming, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
A nie rozścieczaj go, kobito.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own. That the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
Nie odpowiem mu nic, bo to był wszystko
Do
odbił
your
gorszy.
worst, you bastard.
A mogę przejść tę pierwszą kwestię. Ale myślałem, że go ześlę na mur, kurde. Albo zabiję,
You
przynajmniej.
must find your voice, my lord. Your enemies will interpret your silence as a sign of weakness.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once.
No. Spróbuję tak nagrać jeszcze tak dłuższy dzisiejszy odcinek. Będzie dłuższy.
Your sister can
Bo jestem
help
ciekawy
us.
tej historii.
Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favour. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Spójrz na skrzynia z drzewa zaraz.
Ethan made this for me.
Ładna. Nawet ładna. Tylko trochę smutna.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
Co tam jeszcze będzie?
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena.
Czytaj. To pewnie będzie od Rodrika albo...
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
No twój ojciec nie żyje. Przykro mi, ale... Tak się niestety stało. Co, to już? Spójrz na zakurzona książka.
Wonders Made by Man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick.
No i od Rodrika coś w końcu.
I hope to see them all someday.
Nie mógł nic jej wysłać, no. Spójrz.
King's Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
A raczej pochmurno powiedział na te okoliczności. Czytaj.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Ta grafika trochę taka... Otwórz. No nie pukaj, idę.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
Pójdź go.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
Martwię się, no wyżal mu się.
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
It's kind of you to ask.
Of course, milady. You've always been kind to me.
Please hurry if you
Dobra,
can.
zaraz.
Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady. You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but...
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. But I thought you ought to know. Most people don't tend to notice a callboy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
Mnie zaciekawiło, powiem wam. Nawet bardzo. O, to jaka ładna.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk.
Ładna, ładna. Miło
Oh. Come, wygląda. There's something we must discuss.
wygląda.
Come.
Miło wygląda.
There's something we must discuss.
Nie powiem, nie powiem. A to kto?
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself.
How did you respond?
I told her you are one of my most trusted handmaidens, that you can hardly be blamed for the actions of your father and brother. Nonetheless, she demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
I knew I could trust you. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear. See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us. You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Good luck.
No to jedziemy z tym koksem. Pewnie po tym będzie zapis. Ja coś czuję, że mogę ufać tylko tej lady, Margaret, coś takiego. Tylko jej mogę ufać.
You can do this.
A, mam ja iść, tak? Ale karzełek? Ten tron nie jest za duży dla ciebie?
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace?
O kurwa,
With your
jak ona
permission,
wrednie wygląda.
allow me to introduce Lady Mira
Ja
of
pierdolę.
House Forrester.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
Dziękuję.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
House Forrester's loyalty to the crown never wavers, Your Grace.
I see. And yet... For centuries, the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Yes, Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily.
Clearly her loyalty wavers quite a lot.
If she has any loyalty at all. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Nie wiem co powiedzieć, nie?
No doubt she's speechless in your presence, Your Grace.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Tak.
Forster
Tak,
Ironwood
wasza
does
miłość.
seem rather
tak,
unique.
oczywiście.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a
Uśmiech.
shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening,
tak.
wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
I see.
Aha, czego chcesz?
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
Na pewno tego żałuję.
I'm sure she regrets it.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
would... Let the girl answer the question. Go on.
Dobra. Nie, spóźniłem się.
Evading the question won't help her cause. Who do you choose?
Teraz nie mam czasu. Króla. Wierność Lady. Dobra.
I must choose Marjorie, Your Grace.
Clearly your handmaiden does not have her priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging.
Ale zjebałem.
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
Nie będę tego powtarzał, on to gdzieś. Później się na pewno wszystko wyjaśni.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton.
Nie ufam ci.
We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
No ale tak ci nie ufam.
You were brave to declare your loyalty to Lady Marjorie. No doubt she was pleased, but Cersei, she will not soon forget what you said.
Spokojnie, zapomnij.
It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
Nie, ja nic nie mówię.
But it certainly wasn't what Cersei was expecting. My dear sister has been known to hold a grudge. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard. Not her.
I wouldn't want to anger Cersei.
And you'd be wise not to. But I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance. And it would infuriate Cersei.
O nie.
Although what would be
To już
amusing
nie
for
dla
me
mnie.
might prove rather dangerous for you and your
Jak ona
house.
się wścieknie...
Are you willing to risk that?
Nie. Obawiam
It may
się,
be
że
far
nie
too
mogę.
dangerous.
I'm sorry, Lord Tyrion. But it's a risk I cannot
Nie,
afford.
bo jeszcze...
I admire your discretion.
Nie.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Good night, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Kurwa. Jakbym ją rozścieżył do końca, to już było ostro.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little
Nie chcę o
intimidating.
tym
I'd
gadać.
rather not discuss it, if you don't mind.
Of course not. It must have been horrible. But at
Proszę,
least
nie
it's over
pytaj.
now. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jamie, I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
Odłóż to na
Put
miejsce.
it back.
We're just having a bit of fun. That's probably for the best. I've heard he's a bit perverse. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden.
Coś ty knujesz, kurde.
Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing?
O kurwa. Jest już.
Well? Sarah?
We're sorry, my lady. We were just
No,
having
trzeba
fun.
powiedzieć prawdę. Rozchmurz się, no.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was rather disappointed by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes.
Dobrze ci nie powiedziałem tej prośby.
There's always
Robić
someone
nam
to
wściekła
please or
chyba.
some perceived slight to smooth over.
Ale nie wiem, czy mogę cię teraz powiedzieć.
I fear it will only get worse when I am queen. Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you. Do you agree?
Oczywiście.
It doesn't matter what you feel. It only matters what you say.
You learn very quickly. I know you must fear what Lord Bolton might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something
Kurde.
important.
Ja bym też się przełożył. Nie, proś. Na razie poczekajmy z tym.
My mother wanted me to ask a favor of you. For my family. But as you said, you're in a delicate position now with the wedding so near. And I would never want to jeopardize that.
Poczekajmy do ślubu. Może jeszcze
Soon I will be
będą żyć.
queen. And maybe then I'll be in a better position to help
No,
you. But for now,
Mam nadzieję, że chyba
now
dobrze
we must
postąpiłem.
both be cautious.
O Jezu. Dobra.
Of course, my lady. You're right. Better to wait.
Zapis jest. Dobra, dobra. To tak. Następny odcinek będzie jutro. Subskrybujcie mój kanał, piszcie komentarze, dajcie łapkę.